topic based on heat. Transmission of heat. The process of transfer of heat from one point to another point is called transmission of heat. Methods of transmission of heat. Heat transfer from one point to another point in different methods. 1 number conduction, 2 convection, 3 radiation. Conduction method takes place in solid. In this method, heat transfer from one point to another point without changing the position of molecules. For example, take an iron rod and hold one point of it with your hand, and another point heat is applied. You will see the first molecule of the iron rod get heated, and now when it gets heat from the burner, it vibrates and it transfers heat to the second molecules. Second molecules also get heat from first molecule and it transfers heat to the third molecules. In this way, heat is transferred from this point to that point and your hand feel hot. In this way, your hand feel hot. So, this is the conduction method of transfer of heat. Molecules do not change their position. Molecules do not change their position, but they transfer heat from one point to another point. This method is called conduction method. Now, 2 number convection method. The process of transfer of heat from one point to another point with changing the position of heated molecules. In this method, take a beaker containing water. Add some potassium permanganate in the water. Now heat the water. Potassium permanganate is added to see the clear view of movement of molecules in the water. So heat the water. What happens? Hot molecules rises up and cold molecules comes down to replace the vacant place. Hot molecules rises up and cold molecules comes down. This pattern is called convectional current. The convection method takes place in liquid and gas. The convection is the process of transfer of heat from one point to another point by changing the position of heated molecule. In conduction method, molecules do not transfer from one point to another point, but only heat transfer from one point to another point. But in convection method, molecules transfer from one point to another point. The molecules, heated molecules rises up and cold molecules come down. So, convection process takes place in liquid and gas. Now, third method of transmission of heat is radiation. Radiation method, no need any medium. That means the rays of sun reaches on the earth by passing through vacuum also. So, in radiation method, no any material medium needed. The process of transmission of heat from one point to another point without any material medium is called radiation. Now next topic is relation between heat and temperature. Heat and temperature are closely related to each other. Heat is the total kinetic energy of molecules and temperature is the average kinetic energy of molecules. Heat is the cause of change in temperature and temperature is the effect of heat. So, heat and temperature are closely related. Now, next topic is thermometric liquid. The liquid which is used in thermometer is called thermometric liquid. Mercury and alcohol are used in thermometer as thermometric liquid. Now, advantages of mercury used in a thermometer. Mercury, boiling point of mercury is 357 degrees Celsius. So, it is used to measure the temperature of very hot body. and mercury is shiny, so it can be visible easily. So it is the advantage of using mercury in a thermometer. Now, disadvantage of using mercury in a thermometer. The freezing point of mercury is -39 degrees Celsius. It means it cannot measure the temperature of very cold body. And another disadvantage, it is expensive. Now, 2 number, advantage of alcohol using in a thermometer. The freezing point of alcohol is -117 degrees Celsius. That means it can be measured the temperature of very cold body. And alcohol is cheaper than mercury, and its expansion rate is 5 times more than the mercury. Now, disadvantage of alcohol using in a thermometer. The boiling point of alcohol is 78 degrees Celsius, so it cannot measure the temperature of very hot body, and it is colorless, so it cannot be seen easily. Before using it in a thermometer, it should be colored. Next topic is calibration of thermometer. The process of determining lower fixed point and upper fixed point in a newly made thermometer is called calibration of thermometer. To show lower fixed point and upper fixed point, I am going to show some experiment. Now, take a funnel with pure ice cubes. Keep a beaker below the funnel. Now, insert a newly made thermometer, the bulb of newly made thermometer inside the ice cube. Leave the apparatus till the temperature of thermometer remains constant. Mark the point. This is called lower fixed point. The point at which pure ice melts at atmospheric pressure is called lower fixed point. That is, the value of lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degree Fahrenheit, or 273 Kelvin. The value of lower fixed point is 0 degree Celsius, 32 degree Fahrenheit, 273 Kelvin. To find upper fixed point, take a round bottom flask with little amount of water. Now fix a newly made thermometer and L-shaped glass tube in a cork which is placed in the mouth of the round bottom flask. Now heat the water. The temperature of the thermometer inside the capillary rises. When water boils, the point at which the mercury level inside the capillary remains constant is called upper fixed point. It is 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 373 Kelvin. It is an upper fixed point. The point at which pure water boils at the standard atmospheric pressure is called upper fixed point. That is, the value of upper fixed point is 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, or 373 Kelvin. The relation between Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin scale. C minus 0 by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180 is equal to K minus 273 by 100. Celsius scale. In this scale, the temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. In this scale, the temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. The gap between lower fixed point and upper fixed point is divided into 100 equal parts. Fahrenheit scale. In Fahrenheit scale, the temperature is measured in degree Fahrenheit. The gap between lower fixed point and upper fixed point is divided into 180 equal parts. In Kelvin scale, the temperature is measured in Kelvin, and the gap between lower fixed point and upper fixed point is divided into 100 equal parts. At the end of the lesson, here we have some conceptual question. A clinical thermometer has kink near the bulb white. A clinical thermometer has a narrow constriction that is called kink to stop the backflow of mercury automatically and eases to reading. An alcoholic thermometer is preferred for a very cold region. Why? As we know, the freezing point of alcohol is very low, that is minus 117 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of alcohol is very low, that is minus 117 degrees Celsius. So, alcoholic thermometer is preferred for a very cold region without any significant error. Water is not used in thermometer. Why? As we know, water is colorless, so it is difficult in reading, and water contraction and expansion rate is not uniform, so it is not used in the thermometer. A clinical thermometer should be judged before using it. As we know, clinical thermometer has kink near the bulb which stops the backflow of mercury itself. So, to reset the mercury level at its position, it should be judged before using it. Now we have some numerical problem to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. Now, 37 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit. To convert Celsius into Fahrenheit, we should write the formula relation of Celsius and Fahrenheit only. C minus 0 is equal to C minus 0 divided by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. We can write 37 degree in place of Celsius. 37 minus 0 divided by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. To make it more easy, we should cut 100 and 180 here. 2 5 is 10, 2 9 is 80. Now 37 by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. Or by cross multiplying 9 into 37 into 9 is equal to 5 multiplied to F minus 32. Or 333 is equal to 5F minus 160. Multiply 5 here and 5 multiply 32. Now, or 5F is equal to 333 plus 160. 5F is equal to 333 plus 160, 493. So, F is equal to 493 divided by 5 is equal to 98.6. So, 37 degree Celsius is equal to 98 degree Fahrenheit. 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. 37 degree Celsius is equal to 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Now next question, at what temperature do both Celsius and Fahrenheit scale coincide? Check for let X be the common scale. Now Take again formula Celsius and Fahrenheit. C minus 0 by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. Let x be the common scale, so we have to write x in place of C and F. X minus 0 by 100 is equal to x minus 32 by 180. 2 5 is 10, 2 9 is 18. Or x by 5 is equal to x minus 32 by 9. Or 9x is equal to 5 into x minus 32. Multiply 5 with both the digits. Or 9x is equal to 5x minus 160. Or 9x minus 5x is equal to 160 degree. Minus 160 degree. 4x is equal to minus 160 degree. So x is equal to minus 160 divided by 4. X is equal to minus 40 degree. So minus 40 degree, both Celsius and Fahrenheit scales coincide. Minus 40 degree, at what temperature? At minus 40 degree, both Celsius and Fahrenheit scales coincide. This is all for the lesson